Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Everything MTG. My name is Justin and we're glad to have you here. We're going to be covering the best of the rest of the Ravnica Allegiance spoilers today, as well as the Ravnica Mythic Edition. If you haven't heard about that, it's like the previous Mythic Edition, except it's for Ravnica Allegiance. So, we're going to start in Blueberg order here. We got Twilight Panther, 1 white. It's a 1/2 cat spirit. You can pay black to give it death touch until end of turn. This is going to be really great for Orzhov in limited. No question about that. A 1-drop 1/2 is already good enough, but being able to give it death touch is pretty amazing. So that's definitely a standout boy right there at common. We have Justicier's Portal, 1 and 1 white for an instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Blink effect. It gains first strike until end of turn. Very nice combat trick, especially if you manage to trick that up with the Twilight Panther and give it first strike and death touch on something big. That would be hilarious. You can use that technically in response to an attack. Maybe they did a combat trick or something and you want to blink your guy that they're going to kill. You could technically do that because it leaves the field and comes back. It's not in attack anymore. You could use it as a blocker, but you would have to cast it before you chose blocks if you wanted to get the first strike and kill the thing that they're attacking with. Otherwise, you can save your own creature by blinking it in response. It is still a combat trick, and it's a great one at that. Yeah, exactly. Yep, and you can untap your creatures with it. So if they think you're tapped out, you can untap one of your creatures and surprise. And that's at the common rarity as well. We have Clear the Mind, which is 2 and 1 blue for a sorcery. Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library and draw a card. So I don't think this really has any limited applications, maybe not even any standard applications, but the application in Commander I thought was just very interesting. Shuffling your graveyard into your library isn't much of a blue effect, is it? I feel like it's not. Shuffling your graveyard into your library. I can't think of a lot of cards that just in blue that are just like, hey, just shuffle your graveyard into your library. And it also lets you draw you a card, and that's only for 3 at the common level, so that's really, really good. Shimmer of Possibility is 1 blue and 1 for a sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is essentially Anticipate. It costs the same. Instead of looking at 3 cards, you look at 4 cards, but the difference here is it is sorcery instead of instant speed, which does hurt it a little bit. But I know typically when I have an Anticipate, it's on the first 2 turns of the game, and I'm using it on turn 2, and it doesn't really matter, you know, if I'm casting it on my turn or not. So at the common level, I think that's a pretty darn good card. Grotesque Demise is 2 and a black for an instant. Exile target creature with power 3 or less. This is very good, especially considering it's an instant. You're going to have a lot of creatures with power 3 or less, especially with your Viashinos running around, you know, dumb things like that. So this is very, very good. That's also at the common rarity. Undercity's Embrace is 2 and a black for an instant. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you gain 4 life. The power 4 or greater thing to gain the 4 life in black is, it's like a weird thing attached on there. Because like how often do you have someone with power 4 or greater in black? Dependent. Yeah, I think they're probably going off of like Rakdos with that idea. Because Rakdos is going to have some big dumb creatures. Yeah, or Orzhov as well. Making your opponent sacrifice a creature is really good, although, and especially at instant speed, although in this current meta where people are playing tokens, you know, red tokens, Selesnya tokens, it's a little questionable. That's at common rarity as well. We have Tinge Street Dodger, 1 red for a 1/1 Goblin Rogue. It has haste. You can pay red, and Tinge Street Dodger can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with Defender, which nobody is ever going to play. That's really good, and the art on this is hilarious. He's wearing like a little sombrero. It's adorable. This is at the uncommon level. I think it's very good. That's your typical like fanatical Firebrand, except it can make itself unblockable. I mean, that's so dumb. So great printing there. Speaking of goblins, we have Goblin Gathering for 2 and 1 red sorcery. Create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to 2 plus the number of cards named Goblin Gathering in your graveyard. So if you play this and you have no other ones in your graveyard, you're going to get 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens for 3, which is pretty much like your going rate. I think there's one out there that gives you 2 for 2, but it's like an old core set card. There's a card out there that gives you 2 red goblins for 2 mana.
Goblin Instigator.
We're talking sorceries, we're not talking creatures.
Oh, like dragon.
Yeah, I can't. Dragon fodder, I think it is. Yeah, this is really good as a essential reprint version of that. Also, it gives you a lot better payout if you play 4 of these, and you're gonna get 2 the first time. You're gonna get 3 the next time, 4 the next time, and then 5 the last time. Getting 5 1/1 red goblins right for 3 mana, pretty damn good.
Wouldn't it be?
Or would it be 6?
Time, 6 the second time.
Hmm?
Because it counts the 2 in your graveyard, so it'd be 4.
Well, no, it's create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to 2 plus the number of this card in your graveyard. So the first time you do it, it's going to be 2. It's not going to see itself in the graveyard.
So 2 and then.
So it'll be 2, and then it'll be 2 plus the number in your graveyard, which would be 3, and then 4, and then 5. Yeah, but getting 5 goblins off 3 mana, pretty damn good.
Yeah, the chances of that are pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, true. It might not happen very frequently, but you're going to cast probably 2 of these.
2 for 3 mana.
2 for 3 and 3 for 3 is not bad. And that's at the common rarity as well. We have Gore Clan Wrecker, which is 3 and 1 red for a 2/2 human warrior. It has Riot and it has Menace. So a 2/2 for 4 is pretty bad, but since this can come in with haste or come in as a 3/3, and it has the evasion with Menace, I think it's very, very good. At the common level, would you play this in Limited? Because I would. Would you, Amanda, play that in Limited? The 2/2 with Riot and Menace for 4?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's just, it's great. At common level, not bad, man. Territorial Bore is 1 and 1 green for a 2/2 boar, of course. I don't know if you could guess that. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, Territorial Bore gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance until end of turn. So at the common level, obviously it's not the most powerful card. It's a 2/2 for 2, your typical bear. But in green, you're going to be playing some big stompies, so it'll pretty frequently be getting that +1/+1, making it a 3/3 with vigilance, which is pretty great. Gatebreaker Ram is 2 and 1 green for a 2/2 sheep. Yes, sheep. It gets +1/+1 for each gate you control. As long as you control 2 or more gates, it has vigilance and trample. I might have covered this in one of my other videos. I can't remember. Anyways, at the uncommon level, 2/2 for 3 isn't too bad. Getting +1/+1 for each gate you control is pretty good. I mean, a lot of people, especially if you can't afford the shock lands and the check lands, you're probably going to be playing a couple gates, maybe even a playset of gates. Like on Magic the Gathering Arena with complete RNG randomness on whether you get these cards or not, or these wild cards to build those lands. Until you do, you're going to be playing gates. So that makes this card much more effective. And it has vigilance and trample as long as you have 2 or more gates. So that is a very likely thing if you're playing MTGA and you don't have the wild cards you need to buy those lands. So pretty good there. Law Mage's Binding is 1 white and 1 blue for an enchantment aura with flash. Enchant creature. The enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. That last sentence is the big one, or that last after the comma is the big one. And its activated abilities can't be activated. There's many times where you Luminous Bond something, and it's like, yeah, they can't attack or block with it, but they can keep tapping it and making crap unblockable, or whatever. So the fact that you can make it so it can't activate its abilities is ridiculously important. Good card. And finally, we have Final Payment. 1 white, 1 black for an instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you can pay 5 life or sacrifice a creature or enchantment. Destroy target creature. So there's nothing like destroying a creature for 1 white and 1 black at instant speed. That's pretty good. And it's kind of like the Phyrexian mana situation where at any point in time you can just pay the 5 life. Most times. Unless it's going to kill you. sacrificing a creature or enchantment gives the enchantment added on there gives a little bit of modularity. And if you're playing white-black, obviously you're probably going to have some afterlife, so you're going to be able to trick that off of one of your 1/1 spirits, which is amazing. So that covers all of the best of the rest cards there. And then I wanted to cover the Ravnica Mythic Edition.
Go back to that card. Another thing.
You want me to go back to this card?
Yeah. Another thing too is
Final payment?
they go to is that the sack creature?
You can sack a creature, yes.
Yeah. Well, if they go to remove one of your creatures that has afterlife with an exile effect, you can sack it to that and get the token.
Right, you can use this in response to stop one of your creatures from being exiled.
Yeah, or dying. I mean,
Or whatever, yeah, if your creature's going to die anyways because of a removal effect, you can instead sacrifice it off this. That's why at instant speed it's so great. Because most cards like this would be like sorcery speed, and it's like, whatever, but at instant speed it's pretty great. Anyways, let's cover the Ravnica Mythic Edition. If you're not aware, Ravnica Mythic Edition is the exact same as the previous Mythic Edition. It comes with, 20 packs? Not 24 packs? Let me do a quick Google. I had it up and then I freaking closed it. Because I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Oh, let's see here. Yep, okay, I was a little bit wrong. So it is 24 packs. How many are in your typical booster box? 36?
36.
Yeah, okay. So you get 24 packs. 8 of them will contain these 8 Planeswalker cards. So technically you're getting 18 packs. It's going to be $249.99, which I think still is overpriced. But a lot of people do agree that the last Mythic Edition was very valuable, especially since a Johnny is going for like $170 out of that $250. The art on these are amazing, and they're extremely collectible in my opinion. I would love to have one, although I still can't justify spending $250 on it. I have rent to pay. But some of you out there that are collectors and might have more expendable income than myself might find this, to be a worthy buy. And like I said, if I had the money, I'd do it, but unfortunately I don't. Anyways, we got Dak Faden. We have Kaya Orzhov Usurper, which is the new one being printed in Ravnica Allegiance. We have Domri Chaosbringer, which is the new one being printed in Ravnica Allegiance. Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. Jaya Ballard. Karn, Scion of Urza, which is not the old Karn, that is the most recent Karn. Tamio, the Moon Sage, which is an interesting print. Soren Markov, who looks amazing. He's one of my favorite Planeswalkers. So I think a lot of these are decent includes. Dak Faden is amazing. Tamio's great. Karn's good. It's weird that they're doing Kai and Domri, but they fall in with the set, so I understand. And Soren's there because, flavor. I don't know why they didn't put him in a wall in that art, because he should be. But they didn't. Anyways, the only thing I can see here is, this is going to be very valuable, obviously. If you said even each one of these cards was going to go for 20 bucks, that's, $160 just in these cards. And then that's not even talking how many Shocklands you're going to pull out of the other 18 packs, which are regular Ravnica Allegiance packs. You could even pull more Planeswalkers out of there, or, et cetera, et cetera. But it's unfortunate to pay $250 when you could buy like 2.5 boxes. What's that?
I wonder if they're seated better.
I don't know if those boxes would be seated better. Also, I doubt you get the buy box promo.
No, you don't.
Oh, that's shitty. They should give you the buy box promo. Anyways, a Johnny. Yep. We'll see how much a Johnny's going for. Maybe we can actually purchase one. Anyways, guys, appreciate you keeping up with the finality of the spoilers with me. Let me know what you guys think of the Ravnica Mythic Edition in the comments down below. I've changed my mind on it a little bit from the last one. I think it is valuable. It does have value, and obviously it has collector's value, which I've always held that it does have collector value. But I still think it's overpriced. It's something that is within my realm of affordability, but I'd rather spend the money on something that I deem to be more important, which is unfortunate because I would love to have these cards. Maybe if they fall within the realm of affordability on the individual cards that I would like to pick up, specifically Soren Markov or maybe even Jaya Ballard, and Amanda, of course, wants a Johnny. Hopefully we'll be able to pick that up, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this Mythic Edition. Other than that, guys, appreciate you watching. Share with your friends if you know anybody that is interested in Magic the Gathering content. Subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. Of course, I never subscribe. I only ascribe. And other than that, guys, we'll see you right here next time on Everything FTG. Peace.